Alright, we're going to continue on to section 6.7. And we're going to be looking at proportions to find base B. So before we were looking for A, this time we're going to be looking for B. And let's take a look at a real-world example real quick of how this works. Kelsey's looking to buy a necklace in this case. And the store that she's shopping at has a sweet sale. And the sale is all necklaces. Now $9.95. And her necklace, the one that she wanted to buy anyway, is now 47% off. What was the original price? And in this case, we're going to be using proportions again to solve these. And like I said before, there are many ways to solve these problems, but we're going to be focusing on proportions for this example. Now, we're going to return to the necklace problem in a minute, but let's take a look at a simpler setup of a question. And what if we say 33 is 15% of what base? So if I start with some number, I take 15% of that number, and I end with 33. The question is, what was that original number that I started with? And we're going to be talking about how to solve for that exact problem. We're going to set up a proportion just like we were doing before. So remember, all our proportions work with A to B as P is to 100. And this is the formula that we've been looking at and working with ever since we started with our percents. So instead of trying to find A, this time we're going to be finding here the original price. And let's set up how this works and how this should look. And let me check and make sure that I know how we're doing this. Okay, so the number that we've got now is, we have 33 is 15% of what base? Okay, I know 33 is the number that I have, so I can put that in for A. Now, I don't know what the original number was, so I'm going to put that on the bottom. On this side, I know that the bottom is going to be 100, because it always is, and the percent that I have is 15%. So 15% of some number is going to get me to 33. And when I set my proportion up like this, I'll be able to, just like we did and have been doing, cross multiply and find out the original size of the base. So let's do that. I have 33 times 100 equals 15b. Okay, this part's easy. I can just move the decimal point 2 over. So I have 3,300 equals 15b. From this point, I'm going to get rid of that 15, and I have to divide this side by 15 as well. And I'm going to say 3,300 divided by 15 is 220 is equal to b. So I know my original base was 220. And in fact, I could go through backwards the other way that I did the other day and find out if that's correct. And this is how we do it. Okay, let's take a look at the necklace problem that we had before. Let's write again what we know. Necklace. And let's label this example 1. The necklace is now $9.95, and it is 47% off. So we should be able to set up a proportion with just those numbers. So I've got A is to B as P is to 100. Now you'll recall that I always like to write my formula out to make sure that I can see it and make sure that I fill in things correctly. Okay, so I've got A. The price right now is $9.95. The price it was originally, I don't know, so I'm going to put my B in and leave it there. The percent is that it's 47% off. So that means, it worries me, we might need to remember that we want to know the current price that we're paying. So if something is 47% off, the current price would be 100 minus 47, which is 53. So our actual percent that we're paying is 53% out of 100. That's the current price of the item relative to everything, if that makes sense. Okay, let's solve. Now, I see my $9.95, so I anticipate a lot of decimals. That's what I think I'm going to be seeing, a lot of digits in the decimal point. And that's okay, because we see that a lot when we deal with money. All right, I have 53B equals 995 times 100. All right, this one's easy. I'm just going to move my decimal point over. I have 995, and I still have 53B over here. I'm going to divide, oops, can you see me? Okay, 53, gone, and divided by 53. Let's take a look at 995 divided by 53. It's going to be about, if I'm doing money here, I'm gonna estimate to 2 decimal points, because that's typically how far it goes. $18.77 was the original price of the wall of the necklace that we were looking at. If you feel like you get this and you see how to do it, go ahead and go on. I'm going to do 2 more examples. Okay, example 2. And these are going to be much more similar to the problems that you're actually going to have on the homework. Okay, 6 is 25% of what number? All right, I'm going to set up my little equation. A is to B as P is to 100. All right, my number is 6. The original number the base, I don't know, but the percent is 25 over 100. Cross multiply. I have 25B equals 6 times 100. 25B equals 600. Oops. Divide both sides by 25. And I have B equals 600 by 25. That's probably 24, but let's see if I'm right. 600 divided by 25 is 24. So my original base was 24. And last one, example 3. 12 is 8% of what number? Okay, same thing. A is to B as P is to 100. My number that I have 12 is to, I don't know the whole, equal to, the percent is 8 over 100. Now, when it's 8% of something, I am going to be thinking that this is going to be much larger, at least 10 times as big. I'm going to guess like 130 or 140. We'll see if we're right. Okay, I have 8B equals 12 times 100. 8B equals 1,200, because I just slid the zeros over. Divide both sides by 8. B equals 1,200 divided by 8. 1,200 over 8 is 150. Ooh, I was a little low. But I was in the ballpark, which means that my math sense was fairly good. These are not too bad. I want to see you solve them this way, though. And good luck.